Bustle. Giving a shout out right now to SPR, Sparta Low, y'all already know what it is. Sauce and that Bustle. Big shout out to SPR, Sparta Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Is that a JC song that say, I am whatever you say I am? No, that's Eminem, huh? But Jay-Z just might be whatever they say he is, man. I don't know how he ducked this one. Not that I was hoping or wishing for anything in particular, but just looking from a distance, maybe it was Photoshop or maybe it was just coincidence. This dude looked like Jay-Z to me. Oh, my mama always thought that somehow eventually he was going to have to face the music, look out for dude. I remember it was a female that looked just like dude that resembled Jay-Z. But Jay-Z done knocked this one out the park. The court's done decided he ain't got to answer to none of the DNA questioning and all that. And they're doing the heavy lifting. With no further ado, let's see what they say JUDGEMENT has been up to.
So Jay-Z walks free again. No DNA, no justice. 20 years of ducking and the court just said, we good.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Bruh, if you ain't the father, why you scared of a cotton swab?
Why?
They call it dismiss with prejudice. I call it dismiss with privilege. Cause regular folks don't get that kind of silence money. They didn't even do a hearing. No argument, just click, case gone. That's not justice, that's protection. And the message is loud. If you rich enough, truth don't matter. So we gonna break down how Jay pulled this off, why the law helped him do it, and how the same system that closed Ramir's case keeps every other poor man's truth in a coffin. Let's talk about it. So the judge straight up said, we don't even need a hearing. No testimony, no cross-exam, no chance to even speak.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
They just looked at the papers and hit delete on 20 years of questions. That's wild, bruh. Imagine spending half your life trying to prove who your father is, and the court says, we read the documents. We good. This ain't even a trial. This was like a Zoom call with no camera on. They dismissed the whole thing without an oral argument. Like, bro, how you gonna make a final judgment without even hearing a word?
How, Sway?
You know what that means, right? It means somebody made sure this never turned into a conversation. No room for truth, no space for emotion, just silence and signatures. That's what power does. It moves quiet, behind closed doors, so when the news drop, all you see is the ending, never the story. And everybody's like, Jay-Z won. Nah, the court just clocked out early.
Y'all know what's going on. And so
Jigga got the juice. That's what's going on.
do I.
So when I say the court let Jay-Z walk, I don't mean he proved anything. I mean, they just ain't bothered to ask. See, this whole case dismissal ain't about DNA. It's about strategy. Jay-Z didn't walk in there saying I ain't the father. He walked in there saying I got better lawyers. They pulled out this little legal cheat code called anti-slap. Sounds like a TikTok dance, but nah. It's the law that lets rich folks say, stop talking about me, it's harassment. Basically, anti-slap protects speech, not truth. It's supposed to stop people from wasting time in court over nonsense, but when you got money, you can make the truth look like nonsense. They flipped that law like a trap beat, made it sound clean, but it's dirty underneath. It don't prove you innocent, it just makes the other person shut up faster. And that's what happened to Ramir's side. No chance to talk, no space to explain, just stamped dismissed.
That ain't the best shot. That shot don't prove his point. He looked more like Martin on that one. Or Damon Wayans or somebody.
And thrown in the file cabinet of forgotten people.
Emotional damage.
Meanwhile, Jay out here playing chess, not checkers. And the board, it's in his lawyer's office. That's not justice, bruh. That's jurisdiction control. Now pay attention, because this is where it gets slick. They didn't win with truth. They won with technicalities. Sealed court orders. No oral argument and enough paperwork to bury every question Ramir ever asked. When you got power, you don't argue the facts. You argue the format, turning justice into a software update. We fixed the issue by deleting the complaint. Think about it. 20 years of claims, witnesses and filings, and the final word was just a PDF saying case dismissed. Bruh, even Netflix gives you a previously on recap. The court didn't even bother. They say sealed for privacy, but when the only privacy protected is the billionaires, you already know who's losing. Jay-Z's team didn't kill the story, they starved it. Every time it got oxygen, they sealed it again.
Y'all think Jigga owed this young man a test? Y'all think this scandalous or him just pulling a natural finesse? Is this because he blessed or he evil and making a mess? Y'all let me know in the comments. Get it off your chest. Don't stress.
Every time a new motion came up, they buried it under jargon. It's like watching a magician say, "Look at my right hand," while the left hand hides the whole truth. So yeah, the court let him walk, but it's not because he ran fast, it's because they blocked the finish line. Bruh, it's crazy how money can silence science. You got $1 billion empire, a legal army on standby, and you still allergic to a DNA test?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
That says everything. Ramir ain't even asked for money. He said it straight, "I just want the truth." But in the world of billionaires, truth is bad for business.
I'm sure nobody trusted that. Once he would have got confirmation, finances definitely would have had to be on his mind if he'd ever got confirmation. Dang, I wonder if he was really under the impression that this was his daddy or was he scamming and scheming? If he really believes this up.
Because the minute that swab hits your mouth, you can't PR spin the result. Jay got lawyers who can make a hurricane sound like light wind. They turned the paternity test into a public relations test. And guess what? He passed that one easy. Meanwhile, Ramir out here chasing identity. Not fame, not money, identity. And the system told him, "Sorry, kid, wrong tax bracket." Let's be real. If it was you or me, we'd be forced to take that test on Maury before the commercial break. But when it's Jay-Z, nah, it's legally unnecessary. How's a DNA test unnecessary when the whole case is about DNA?
Shit, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
That's like saying we can't prove it's raining because nobody brought a bucket. Nah, bruh. This ain't about justice. It's about how power gets to choose when to prove itself. And while the billionaires celebrate, the small folks grieve. Ramir lost his closure. Lily lost her savings. And the truth lost its chance to speak. Dismissed with prejudice sounds like the end of a movie, but it's really just a fancy way of saying, don't ever come back. Even if you find the receipts. They love that phrase, don't they? With prejudice. Bruh, that whole court system moved like it got prejudice built in.
I wonder how much Jay-Z spent defending against this case. And I gotta announce, just for the benefit of the doubt of being fair, this might not be his child, but I just wonder how much he spent. Would it have been worth it?
Lily fought for this man like a soldier. Petitions, filings, new lawyers, interviews, everything. And the system paid her back with silence. You know how many people got to get paid for a case to not happen? Court fees, judge salaries, lawyer retainers, clerks, paperwork, everybody eats. Except the ones looking for the truth. And that's the real crime here. Not who's the dad, but who the system decides don't matter. Ramir's mom died waiting for closure. Now he'll grow old waiting for answers. And all the court had to say was, case dismissed. See, everybody online keeps asking, why won't he just take the test? And I'm like, maybe the test ain't the only thing he's scared of. Because when you give up DNA, you ain't just proving who you made. You might be proving what you did. Think about it. DNA don't stop at babies. It connects to crime labs, cold cases, sealed investigations, And Hove came from the
Many times I done had to give up my DNA for crime and just automatically assume it's a normal thing. Never consider the fact that Jay-Z may have never given up his DNA. He may be guarding that, not necessarily to hide from crime, but just for the fact that why have my DNA somewhere on a file? But the fact that he Jay-Z, I'm sure some hospital, some doctor's office somewhere has his DNA somewhere.
Marcy era. The streets weren't clean, bruh. So when people say maybe the judge got paid off, I'm not saying that's true. But I am saying there's a reason billionaires don't play with swabs. Every strand of DNA tells a story, and some stories, no matter how old, still got fingerprints on them. So yeah, maybe it's about Ramir, or maybe it's about keeping Pandora's box closed. When your past is heavy, you don't volunteer to reopen the vault. I'm not claiming guilt, I'm just reading the game. Because history shows every time the truth costs too much, somebody always finds a discount lawyer. When you got real power, you don't debate, you disappear. You don't prove innocence, you just make the question impossible to ask. Look at how Jay played it. No press conferences, no statements, just silence, lawyers, and time. And eventually, silence wins. Because people move on faster than cases do. That's the dangerous thing about wealth. It gives you a skip dialogue button in real life. Most people gotta fight for truth. Rich folks just file for peace. And when the final paper dropped, the same blogs that doubted him started clapping like he proved something. Nah, he just outlasted the conversation. See, truth is slow, power is patient. If you wait long enough, the crowd forgets what they were mad about. Ramir's story will fade from headlines, but that silence, that what if, gonna echo forever. Cause the truth never dies. It just gets buried under invoices and NDAs. That's the game, bruh. Power doesn't argue, it avoids. And the longer it avoids, the louder silence becomes. You ever realize how lies move faster because they travel light? They don't carry evidence, don't carry guilt, they just fly. But truth gotta pack receipts, witnesses, lawyers, and a budget. That's why lies always get to the finish line first. That's why by the time the truth shows up, everybody done moved on to the next scandal. They love to say justice is blind. Nah, justice got selective vision. She sees color, she sees cash, she sees clout, and she definitely saw that Jay-Z's wallet had a better lawyer than Ramir's Hope. Dismiss with prejudice?
We don't do that here.
That's not closure. That's corporate language for don't bother us again. They could have at least said it honest, dismiss with money. The truth costs more than lies because the system was never built to find truth. It was built to protect comfort. The powerful get privacy. The powerless get procedures. And look, I don't know if Jay's the dad or not. I wasn't there when the baby was made. Pause.
What that picture look like to y'all? The more now he looking like a usher. He could be a usher baby. I don't know.
But I know this. When somebody fights 20 years for clarity and the system still says no, that's not justice. That's exhaustion disguised as law. So yeah, Jay walks away, but Ramir walks around, still searching, still waiting.
To this day, to this day, to this day.
Cause the truth may not die, but it sure don't get a lawyer. See, folks act like this Ramir thing came out of nowhere. Nah. Jay been fighting lawsuits since back when Rockefeller logos was still on the corner store. Busby, Parlux, Rock Nation artists, defamation claims, business beefs, misconduct rumors. Every few years, new headline, same result. Jay walks out like, next case. Man treating court like Spotify Premium. He just skips accountability every time it plays. You notice the pattern? He don't fight with words. He fights with time. He knows most people can't afford a long game, so he just waits them out. You see it in politics too. In business, that's the billionaire formula. Make them tired before you make them lose. And that's the part folks don't get. It's not always about who's guilty. It's about who can afford to wait for closure. So yeah, the pattern continues. Different year, same beat. Jay-Z versus the world. And somehow, the world keeps paying his lawyer fees. At some point, it stops looking like luck and starts looking like a system that loves him back. Let's talk about the real puppeteers, the media. The second the story dropped, headlines everywhere screamed, Jay-Z wins paternity case.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Wins what, bro? There was no trial. How you win a race when nobody else even ran? That's how media works now. They don't report. They recycle whatever the PR team sends them. A billionaire sneezes and the blogs call it a powerful statement. But look deeper. None of those outlets talk about why it was dismissed. No oral hearing. No DNA. No closure.
I've never seen it.
Just case closed. Like that means peace. And that's the thing. The media doesn't chase truth. It chases balance sheets. When a story involves power, the press turns polite. Meanwhile, they'll drag regular dudes on camera for unpaid child support, but they whisper when it's billionaires playing hide and seek with paternity tests. So yeah, Jay didn't just win in court. He won in headlines too, because perception is protection, and the media made sure his stayed clean.
Don't he like it be a Martin baby right there, don't he? On gallery. And Jay-Z look like he under the influence.
That's why when truth fights money, truth always needs subtitles. Let's stop all the legal talk for a second. What if, just what if, Ramir really is Jay's blood? That means every time Jay stepped on stage, every speech about family, every song about the blueprint, there's a grown man somewhere thinking, that's supposed to be my story too. It's not about money, it's about identity. Ramir's mom died fighting for that truth. Now he's fighting ghosts, both hers and the system's. Meanwhile, Jay out here talking about generational wealth, but can't confirm if the next generation's even his. That's deeper than gossip. That's pain wrapped in paperwork. Imagine the mental toll. Wondering if your own father got the world's biggest platform, but no time for your name. And even if he's not the dad, what kind of man watches another man grow up lost when he got the resources to end the question forever? That's why this story hits harder than any diss track. It's not about the court, it's about conscience. And that's a trial no lawyer can win for you. When you step back from this story, you realize it's not even about one man anymore. It's about how the system reacts when money and morality collide. Because when a broke man misses child support, he gets a warrant. But when a billionaire avoids a DNA test, he gets applause. That's the America blueprint right there. Punish the poor, protect the powerful, and call it procedure. And look, Jay's just a headline. But this system got 100 clones. Hollywood moguls, tech CEOs, politicians, all learning from the same rule book. Delay, deny, delete. The truth don't matter when you can drown it in paperwork. And public attention's a timer. It expires faster than morals. So yeah, Ramir's case is done. But the next kid with a similar story gonna learn fast. You can't fight billions with feelings. And maybe that's why this hurts. Cause it proves that even if you got proof, you still gotta afford to prove it. The court let Jay-Z walk. But what really walked away was faith in the system itself. At the end of the day, bruh, this ain't about DNA anymore. It's about dignity. Ramir wanted peace. The court gave him paperwork. Jay wanted silence. The system gave him strategy. And that's what hurts the most. We watched another story where money got closure, but people didn't. Truth ain't supposed to be a luxury item. But in this world, it's priced like designer. So yeah, the court let Jay-Z walk. But justice, she limped out the back door. Unpaid and uninvited. They call it a dismissal. I call it another reminder that power don't need proof. It just needs patience. Somebody out there right now fighting for a last name. Fighting for acknowledgement. And this case just told him. The truth only matters if you can afford it. But hey, Maybe one day Karma gonna file her own lawsuit. No lawyers, no loopholes, just balance. Till then, we keep talking, because silence is what keeps them comfortable. And I ain't here to make billionaires comfortable. Let me ask y'all this. If you were Jay-Z and you knew deep down you weren't the father, wouldn't you take that test just to shut the world up? Or do you think he's avoiding it because he already knows the truth? Drop your thoughts below, because I want to see where y'all stand on this. Justice or just another headline? And if you felt this one, you need to watch the next video that just popped up on your screen right now. It breaks down how these same systems protect the powerful even when the truth's screaming for air. I'll see you on the next one. Panda out.
I don't know. To say the least, it's definitely suspicious. If he knew for sure he could not be the father of this young man, seemed like he definitely would have went and nipped it in the bud a long time ago. Just common sense says that the fact that he's ducking the wreck mean he definitely is a suspect. But I don't understand why, if he was suspicious that this might be a seed, why he would desire to avoid it. Maybe it speaks to her character, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Y'all gotta decide for yourself. Keep it a Google in the process, though.
Por favor, abre a porta do elevador. Eu tô com um pouquinho de medo, mas eu sei que o Senhor cuida de mim. Amém.
Wasn't that hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.